too many gun shootings going on. That's not really news to anybody, I think, at this point. And I got nothing against guns, but when they kill children, nah, not good. So they shot a bunch of third graders down in Connecticut a few years ago. I wrote a song about it. And then I hear about this idiot Alex Jones who claims it didn't happen right in front of the parents of the people. But you know, hey, only in America, right? So this was called Livin', dedicated to all of us trying to live. One minute playing with toys, next second big loud noise. We're gone and there you go. No time to let them know we were living, just living, yeah. He got into his car, so glad it wasn't far, much farther than it seemed. But was it all a dream? He was living, yeah, just living, yeah. He was living, just living, yeah. Don't wait around too long, 'cause life is just a song. Gotta play it well. When it ends, no one can tell. They can't tell. Well, the sun was shining bright. There was no end in sight. And then we saw the light. Everything gonna be alright. We are living, yeah, just living well. We are living, just living, yeah. Don't wait around too long, 'cause life is just a song. Gotta play it well. When it ends, no one can tell. They can't tell. The sun was shining bright. There was no end in sight. And then we saw the light. Everything's gonna be alright. We are living, yeah, just living well. Everybody just living, yeah. We are living well. Thank you. Thank you.
What does that stand for? Peace. What's the first letter of the state that we're lucky enough to live in? Let's see some V's up here. Can we see some V's? Yeah, that's more like it. That's more like it. My great thanks, first off, go to the Equalites. They came up, they played the gig, they rocked it, and we're going to book them again. There's a man down in Massachusetts who I have very much respect for. His name's Felipe. He wants to start the next branch of Rock Against Racism. We're Rock Against Racism Vermont, so we'll be doing some M's next. I can't do M's with my fingers. I'm sorry about that, guys. While that's just switching out the set, I want to say one thank you to the Adams family farm, Jill and her parents. Let's give them a really big round of applause. Thank you so much. This beautiful place that you've allowed us to come and gather in and say one simple thing. We don't tolerate intolerance. We're Rock Against Racism. We're Rock Against whatever ism. We are the people that have something to say about the way the world is. You see all these flags down here and around the place? Governments give us those flags. I put the US flag up here proudly because it's our flag. It's not that man, the trumpet, right? The trumpet doesn't own that flag any more than Margaret Thatcher owned the Union Jack. Although she tried to wrap herself in it, it wasn't her flag either. There are flags. All right? I just want to get that clear. Now, in a moment, there's a man going to come and say a few words to you. His name is Jeremy Kirk. He's standing right here by stage. Do you want to come up, Jeremy? This is a man who's got a lifetime of fighting against racism and intolerance. And he's going to say a few words to you. Give him a big round of applause, please.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you. A lifetime. If you really want to know the history of Rock Against Racism, just type that into YouTube and see what this little thing here in Vermont, see where it came from. We are talking about a movement that played an instrumental role in ending apartheid in South Africa. And we are so blessed to have John here bringing a movement he was a part of as a young punk in the UK to our small town, where I think it's even more important that each and every person get exposed to liberative practices and anti-racist action. Well, this is the first time I've gone straight from work at the church to a ticket line where I narrowly avoided a contact high. So I love Southern Vermont. So I just want to know, what does John think he's doing raising money for cancer as Rock Against Racism? Well, what do those things have to do with each other? Well, I was going to answer it for you. It's a rhetorical device. I pretend like I don't know the answer, and then...
I'm sorry, I don't understand rhetoric.
Well, I want John to answer it. But what I wanted to say is a little something about medical-induced poverty and racism. In this country we live in, it is a pay-to-play scheme when it comes to being healthy. If you've got the money, you have a better chance of being healthy than if you don't have the money. And throughout our country, including Southern Vermont, historically marginalized groups are the least likely to be able to cover their medical expenses. Cancer is the great equalizer. We all end up poor at the end of our lives. Whether people have succumbed to cancer or whether people have survived it, they've lost money where they have a lot or little. The connection between cancer and racism is that people that are historically marginalized, black and brown people, are disproportionately unable to get the care that they need and disproportionately impoverished by paying for basic care for themselves and for their children. And that's why we need to support institutions like this that are going to help people with their medical bills. This is a directly race-related issue. And you know what the greatest embarrassment for white supremacists are? It's white poverty. So when we talk about the white poverty that we see in our areas, there's also a connection to race relations in the United States, and there's a need for all people of all different kinds to come together to say that we need affordable health care for all people. And until we get that, we need organizations like this that are going to help people with their medical bills when they get sick. So thank you very much for everyone who's contributed to this. How come every time John and Jen throw an event, a lot of people come? I think it's pretty great. I've been throwing events for 6 years in this area, and if we had this many people at church every Sunday, then we need a mega church. So thank you all for coming. These awesome vendors for supporting the event and being here. Please treat them well. And thank you so much to John. I cannot wait to hear Cooked. So I hope you enjoy.
All right, there's no need for me to explain the link between cancer, poverty, and racism, because Jeremy, as always, explained it very eloquently. In a moment, we've got Piper coming up to play some harp for us down here. And directly after that, a band who's travelled all the way from Burlington, Vermont, have come down. They're called Cooked. They're a bit punky, but we've got punky roots. I've got grey punky roots, actually. Look at it. They're going to do a short set, and then Don't Leave will be on next. But I'm going to leave the stage and let Piper get on with some harp music. Eat the food, enjoy yourselves, and tell your friends.
Be positive, be happy, treat everyone the same.
This is my family's farm. This is my little homelands here. My family's been here. I'm the 6th generation on this property and 10 in town. I don't know, for some reason the KKK decided to come to our town and spread their message and trying to promote some of their hate. Yeah, it didn't go over very well. The town decided that nobody was going to attend and that they would have no one to preach to. And so building up to that moment, you know, I was like 14 years old. What can I do? I don't want these people here. I don't want them coming again. And so I went up to the art department and I cut a silk screen, you know, with the big circle with the X in it and KKK, no KKK. Did big banners to go around town and on the ball field where they would be doing their speeches. And we got permission from the power company to be able to go out and staple up all of these 11 by 17 posters onto the utility poles. And I guess part of the agreement for the KKK to present this demonstration with the area police is that they would not be carrying arms. And so the night before the event, the police were out doing their nightly cruise, and they noticed some people getting out of cars and removing the signs that I had posted up. And lo and behold, it was the head dragon and his crew of people. And so our chief of police, Agustino Fernandez, decided to do a search, and they were carrying arms. So away to jail they went, head dragon and his other minions. And so the next day at the rally, there was only one person there to speak on the KKK's behalf. The only ones who really showed up to this protest were a bunch of keen college students. And so as a result, the KKK have not been back to Wilmington, Vermont since 1982. And let's keep it that way!
Yeah. Woody Guthrie had a guitar. He had a guitar, and on it said, "This machine kills fascists."
What's that?
This is our guitar. This guitar says "Rock Against Racism." This guitar was painted by a graffiti artist called Herbie Little Creek. He did a beautiful job. Black, brown, yellow, white, every colour between black and white. Unite to say no to racism. Say no to it. We'll get through all this stuff by arguing hard on the politics, loving each other with mutual respect to all.
We rock against racism.
In Vermont, we are grounded in the idea that everybody's equal, everybody deserves to have a great life, and Vermont is a place to do that. We rock against racism!
I personally work in recovery, and we got a lot of room and a lot of stuff to grow, so let's grow it together.
All right, everybody, we are cooks. Bear with us. The song's called Hangman. A dark return this way! The future's lost in play! Stand the complex straight to the south! Who would win? Like this! Like that! Like this! Through my life into the open! Yes, our life is trusting! Is this open? Like this! Like this! Like this! Once I am, so I am! So tell me where the fuck I should find! Every other touch was suicide! Tell me the reasons why my heart keeps succeeding! Like this! Like this! Like this! you.
Well, I'm right in front of the drums. I can hear a thing.
If you feel like moving up and dancing,
Yeah, that's always cool.
you can always come up and hang out with us. We don't bite, but we do hurt ears.
This next song is called Fired Up. How are we sounding? You guys cool with that?
We love punk music, and we know that like punk music's roots are reggae, and that's, yeah, like you said, the working class and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we love that. I mean, as far as the message goes, this is the guy who writes all the words. So
yeah, man, I don't know. I grew up in a very culturally diverse place, man. So I think at a young age, I realized like, oh, we're all equal, man. I mean, in terms of like the subject matter, it's just songs about my life. Like, you know, you get sober and you realize like, oh, I had a lot of vanity. We're all equal.
Underneath all the aggressive music, it's always been about like peace and love. And like, you go to punk shows, like punks hate Nazis, punks hate racism, punks hate, you know, homophobia, transphobia.
Be
like
yourself.
Yeah. Go to the show, have a good time. Punks love punks. Show each other love.
I know that Vermont is not an incredibly diverse place. However, there are very big hearts and liberal hearts that want this to be a culturally diverse and welcoming place. And so that's why I'm here and happy to be here, because the more that we can diversify Vermont, the better. It's a great place to be, and everyone should feel welcome here.
Fuck you, I'ma do what I wanna, and I don't care if it puts me in a coma. I'm seeing twos and triples, dude, I think I had enough. Turning blue and I can't move, I think they lace the shit up. Oh no! I just overdosed! When I wake and say I'm sorry, can I get a line? I see you're shaking, but I'm fine. I think I bought some time. Cause I ain't dead, my face is red, the blood is flowing through me. It's just my head that wants me dead, so I'm a drinking THC until I overdose! There's times and times to look it up, I really need a fix. I need a lot, that's all you got, I'm really feeling sick. I need my drugs, I'm lacking blood, you know my eyes are sore. Took too much narcissist is fucking now I'm based out on your floor! Yes, I ever die!
And I found myself when I faced death. No words were said, 'cause my last breath, my time has come. But I'm still young, no time to die. I'm still having fun. I found myself when I faced death. No words were said, 'cause my last breath, my time has come. But I'm still young, no time to die. I'm still having fun.
Thank you. It's a pop here one.